How can the world achieve the deep carbon reductions that are necessary to slow or even reverse the pace of climate change? The single largest source of global carbon emissions is the burning of fossil fuels to generate electricity. That's coal and gas.
If we are to positively address the impacts of global warming, we need nuclear power. Renewables are absolutely essential, but can't meet rising global demand alone. To bridge the energy demand gap, fossil fuel power stations will continue to be built until the alternatives are cheaper. And there's little point in having an electric car charged by a coal-fired power station.
Nuclear power provides almost limitless energy from sources which are abundant, but current technologies are unaffordable. Our design objective at Moltex is to drive down the costs of nuclear power to below the cost of fossil fuels, making sure that the coal and gas stay in the ground.
What makes our huge ambition realistic is our fully patented and protected technology based around the stable salt reactor, or SSR, the first fundamentally new nuclear technology in half a century.
The Moltex SSR uses a molten salt fuel and coolant. The system operates at atmospheric pressure and the byproducts are inert salts. This means that an explosive release of radioactive gas into the atmosphere is just not possible. Core reactivity slows as temperature increases, so there's no concept of a meltdown either. The effect of this intrinsic safety is to massively simplify the engineering of the plant, reducing build and operational costs very substantially.
An example of this is that the SSR nuclear power plant will be less than 1/20th the size of a conventional reactor of equal power.
And this means that SSR plants aren't just a lot cheaper than current nuclear technology, they're cheaper even than coal or gas. The Moltex business objective is to replace existing and planned fossil fuel plants in large numbers.
Because Moltex reactors operate at high temperatures, we also have a thermal energy storage system called grid reserve. This allows SSR plants to partner renewables by releasing energy to the grid only when needed, when the sun isn't shining or the wind isn't blowing. Nuclear power stations with a variable output makes it a real possibility we can have an entirely carbon-free grid.
What's more, the fuel source for the SSR is today's stockpile of spent nuclear waste. Moltex has patented a cost-effective method of converting high-level waste into SSR fuel. The world's massive nuclear waste liabilities can now be used as a source of low-cost, carbon-free energy.
In Canada, we were recently selected by New Brunswick Power as one of just 2 vendors from a field of 90 to build the first advanced reactor at their existing nuclear plant at Point Lepreau. So we now have line of sight to our first operational reactor.
In the UK, we are the only gigawatt plus vendor selected as part of the government's Advanced Modular Reactor programme. This resulted in a grant of £300,000 in 2018, and we're shortlisted for a further R&D grant of between £5 and £10 million later this year.
The principle behind molten salt reactors is proven, and our technology is ready to be commercialised, with significant interest from utility companies as future owner-operators and from nuclear engineering companies as future partners.
These organisations and many governments around the world now widely accept that nuclear energy needs to form part of our global energy portfolio if we are to have any chance of slowing down the effects of climate change. This can only happen if nuclear power is affordable.
There's much more information available about our plans and projections. Please have a read. Moltex Energy aims to transform the world's energy market by designing intrinsically safe nuclear reactors that deliver clean energy at a lower cost than coal or gas.
This is the key to providing affordable energy whilst at the same time making a meaningful impact on climate change.